Good morning, beloveds. How are you feeling today, wherever you are? How are you feeling in your body? I could even ask, how are you feeling in your mind? Right? We know that it is one thing, but we use language. Language is helpful for distinguishing certain affects of being human, right? And so the mind has been separated somewhat from the body in order to start to describe something that we are experiencing, right? The ultimate state of experience, well, no. Can I say the ultimate state? No, I can't make that sort of statement about every single human. But what came through was this direction toward quiet and stillness inside of this beautiful, beautiful structure that we can call the human experience inside of a body, life on earth. So a certain quality of quietude, reaching a certain state of quiet, right? When I say stillness, I don't mean that kind of like, I will sit still without moving one hair on my body. That for me is not the direction that it's not the direction I take in meditation or in seeking quietude within me. It is rather a softening. That would be the word that comes through here, is softening. Softening the tension, okay, in order to pay attention to what you are actually experiencing and feeling in this zone we call the body. So much complexity, so much mystery inside of you. And yet we are hurtling along constantly, right? At a constant sort of energetically tense, anxious-based speed, doing. And there's a call right now for being. And that would include incorporation of mind and body. Of course, we've been talking about this for a long time. We have a mental realization that it is all one, and not just right here, everything, right? Everything, everywhere, all at once. I'm constantly referring to the title of that film, which I think has a lot of wisdom in it unto itself. If you haven't seen that film, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, check it out. It has great wisdom inside of a filmic package. Yeah. So all of this said, right, there's a theme here with me, and it's called radical embodiment, but it's not casual, right? It's a seriously rich exploration that I've been having all of my adult life, all of my life. I didn't call it radical embodiment, right? When I was 11, 10, 9 years old, saying, hey, why can't we part the veil? I know that there's just this thin veil hanging. Why is everybody pretending like this is the only thing we do, right? The five senses. It was very, it was like a determining factor in my life. What is the magic key so that I can get back to the whole thing being wide open? I had a feeling and a knowing that that was the real, and that this other thing that I was inside of was sort of like a halfway, right? It just wasn't. And why was everybody pretending that it was? But back to the here and now, this moment. So the pause. Right? I think I've said this before in a video. I've wanted to And I have shared with clients, hey, why don't you write on your wrist in whatever pen you feel okay with writing on your body with. Write the word pause on the inside of your left wrist. And when you start to ramp up, when you start to go unconscious and go into the subconscious and start to activate reaction based on, old trauma patterns, old fears, or current anxious fear-based feelings, and just look at your wrist and press the pause button, right? Pause. Pause means pause. And then I'm going to add lean back. Lean your body back physically. Engage your breath consciously as long as it takes. And then embody. Come back down and in to your body. Okay, I'm never going to stop emphasizing this. Okay, these are words speaking about something that is an actual practice, and the reason that I'm emphasizing this practice is because it works. It's practical, right? Practice, it's practical. It eases tension in your body. It relaxes your nervous system. It starts to bring your limbic system online because you are consciously deciding, I cannot be entrapped by this story of tension and movement, and that I feel I must follow this. Go, 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 go. Anxious, don't stop. When you take this path of radical embodiment, you start to walk the path towards sovereignty, which is really what I am focused on here this morning. To be sovereign, right? What does that mean to you when you hear that word? What does it evoke in you, right? Just take a moment and just listen internally, right? Listen from all the way down below your belly button. Okay, feet on the ground if you can, receiving the energy from the earth. When you hear the word sovereign, sovereignty, okay, what is the feeling in your body when you hear that word, right? Do your best not to come up to the, Oxford definition is just the feeling, the vibratory tone of sovereignty. Feel into that even with your eyes closed. To be sovereign. Okay, this is where we use language as an evocation beyond the definition. We use it as a vibratory field to tune into a tune, right? To use it like the magician, right? I spoke on the magician card from the tarot in the last video, right? To utilize earth, air, fire, water, ether, and to use them as tools consciously. Similarly, right? Language is one of the most magical forms that humans utilize all the time, right? When we are utilizing it unconsciously, without awareness, right? Just or taking in, right? Just like everything, anything, the vibratory field of language can become your magical power. Absolutely, 100%. Where you are, quote, casting spells. Now, let's be careful here, right? We're not evoking the old superstitious, all the stuff that was put on top of alchemy, magic, right? Personal sovereignty in creating your experience, right? All those fear-based things, remember, right? When people are empowered within themselves, that creates fear for other folks who are not in their wholeness and have evoked a system inside of themselves that says, if others are empowered, I will be disempowered, right? We know the lie of that. If all of us are empowered from the big love, right? Not the old version of power, once again. It's not about power over others. It's sovereignty is what it is, right? This is what we're leading to with this conversation. To have sovereign claim, right? We think of sovereigns, kings, queens, to be the ruler of the nation of your body, mind, temple. To actually take sovereignty over this experience that you are having right now. So starting to use your tools to come into power through your vibration when you speak, that you speak from a place of sovereignty. That takes practice because we've been trained to follow others, to follow rules, to engage unconsciously with systems of oppression, right? This is not political. I'm not speaking politically. I'm speaking vibrationally. Your energetic field, you are all energy. I am all energy. This experience is all energy. That is not a light statement, L-I-T-E, right? This is not spirituality, light. This is the truth, right? Physics, quantum physics, science affirms, right? Everything is an energetic vibratory field of movement, right? Then we can add sound, right? There's a sound in a song for everything. Everything is moving. The vibration that you evoke through your voice, right, is a powerful medicine. If you are a human being who is committed to creating good medicine for yourself and for others, then working with your voice, working with the power of your vibratory field, consciously, lovingly, right, creates sovereignty. That doesn't mean separation. That doesn't mean standing over anyone. It means claiming and owning the field, the universe of your own body, mind, spirit, so that you can interact consciously with others, making good medicine, being aware of how your vibratory field affects others, not codependency, but awareness, awakeness, right? To be the sovereign being. And that involves a lot of pausing and leaning back. A lot. Right? A lot of pausing and leaning back. Because we are in the West in a culture of lean forward, keep going. What did you say? Right? Reaction, reaction, reaction. Okay? Responsiveness to respond. Right? I have a responsibility to be conscious of how I respond. That's a joy. It can become a joyful practice to take responsibility because it is empowering to be personally empowered, to empower yourself, to reclaim yourself back from, oh, it's what those people say about me, to me. That's what I should do. Right? That has been taking your power, siphoning your power for a long time. We can be communally powerful together. Right? The pause and the lean back helps us to also have compassion for another person's reaction. Is it hard? It's super hard. Right? It's really hard if somebody's reacting on you, right? If somebody's, right? We know there's a lot of reaction going on right now. A lot of screaming, shouting, violence, guns, etc. Right? See about inviting yourself into a beautiful exploration of what sovereignty means to you. Just invite yourself, right? It's not a, you better do that, you gotta do that, oh my God. Invite, invitation, permission, the sound of that word, permission, permitting. Your mission is to permit yourself to pause. To lean back. To breathe. And to return to embodiment. Because you feel like it. Because it feels good. It also helps you to make decisions. It helps you to discern what is what. It helps you to know what to share and what to hold sacred in quietude. It helps you to be able to respond to chaos, to noise, to events in your life that are challenging. Yeah. So, explore sovereignty. Sovereign, to be sovereign. To be soft in your sovereignty, as well as fierce, clear, strong in your sovereignty. Okay, beloveds. So much love, so much love, so much love. Talk soon.